Have you ever noticed how the truth is always right in front of us in the movies, the music, the Super Bowl commercials, but most people still don't see it? That's not an accident. That's not coincidence. That's a ritual. They do not hide it. They show you, just not in the way that your conscious mind is going to recognize it. Because in the spiritual realm, deception without disclosure creates karma. So to avoid that backlash, they reveal it. Just enough for you to ignore it, though. There's an occult principle called revelation of the method. Now, some may refer to this as the law of disclosure, or in some esoteric circles, it's called cosmic consent or informed karmic contract. And it's the idea that the powers that be must tell you what they are doing, even if it's symbolic, even if it's wrapped in entertainment or satire, so they can claim karmic innocence. Movies become confessions, news becomes neuro linguistic programming, pop culture becomes prophecy. But if you're asleep, then they win because now it's your consent that gave it power. See, in spiritual law, I told you and you did nothing is consent. And guess what? You bought the ticket, you streamed the show, you sang the lyrics that became your spell. So when that ritual completes, you can't say that you weren't warned. The universe is lawful. Even the shadow obeys laws. That's why truth has to be encoded. That's why symbols exist. That's why ancient wisdom is always taught. The initiated will see and the masses will serve. You think it's just entertainment, but it's initiation in disguise. Look at the films, the music videos, the fake news that tells real stories in reverse. They've told you about pandemics, population control, mind control, weather warfare, soul harvesting, AI takeover, all these things decades ago. But it wasn't just storytelling, it was a spiritual contract. And every time you laughed, you nodded, you clapped, you bought in, you signed it. But here's the twist: if they have to tell you, then that means you have power they fear. You are not powerless, you are just programmable. And that's why they invest billions to control the script of your mind. But once you start decoding the method, once you awaken to the seer within, the contract breaks. This is what I teach every day in my content: decoding media, breaking spells, helping you reclaim your mind and rewrite your energy. Because a lot of these movies aren't entertainment, they're documentaries.